O'clock. I call this meeting to order. Ask you all to rise and join me in saluting our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Meehan,
Here.
Mr. Wakilsky? No, absent. Ms. Casconi? Here. Ms. DiVenezia? Here. Mr. Valen?
Here.
Ms. Mazie? Here. Ms. Lopez? Here. Mr. Weissman?
Here.
Mr. Lynch?
Here.
Mr. Semrau is absent. Mr. Pasternak?
Here.
Mr. Henry?
Here.
And Ms. Bonzowicz is here.
Notice of this meeting has been provided through resolution adopted by the mayor and council on December 15th, 2025 at its regular meeting of the mayor and town council at the Boonton Town Hall, 100 Washington Street, Boonton, New Jersey, and by electronic mailing to the citizens of Morris County and in Dale Record newspapers, through posting on the town website and by filing a copy of the same with the town clerk. Members of the public were also permitted to submit written comments prior to the meeting via mail or email, which may be summarized or read in their entirety during the public comment period. All public comments, whether during the public portion of the meeting or submitted beforehand, shall be limited to no greater than 3 minutes in duration. At this point, we'll move on to our various committee and liaison reports, starting with our administrator, Neil Henry.
Thank you, Mayor. Highlights from the Administrator's Office for the time period of December 16th through tonight, January 20th, which are not on your agenda, are as follows. I concluded interviews for the position of Superintendent of Public Works. My plan is to have a hiring resolution in front of the mayor and council at your next meeting, which is February 2nd, to hire the individual, which I'm recommending to the full council. Attended a settlement conference in a matter regarding our fourth round affordable housing plan in the middle of December. Received bids for our water meter replacement program. The bid package is presently at the DEP for their approval to execute a contract. Presently, the meter replacement program is scheduled to begin in the spring. I wrote and advertised an RFP for water engineering services. Those proposals are due back at Town Hall on January 28th at 10:30 a.m. I also wrote and advertised a bid for water treatment chemical procurement. That bid opening is February 4th at 10:30 a.m. here in Town Hall. Finally, I facilitated the meeting times for all monthly subcommittees of the Town Council for the calendar year 2026. All meetings are now set and Zoom links have been distributed. That concludes my report this evening.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Henry? Sure.
One quick, Neil, any info from that settlement conference
That
that you can share? Or?
No.
Do you want to?
Okay,
With all due respect.
it's all good. Thank you.
Was there anyone else? Okay, we'll move on to finance and personnel. Councilmember Weissman.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Henry covered most of what we discussed. Marilyn and I participated in the final round of interviews with the DPW superintendent role. And I think I'm really quite excited by the direction we're going. So I think we share our excitement there. In addition, it's in our consent agenda, but I'm thrilled that Matt Mondino is going to be appointed as new housing inspector. I think that's great as well. And otherwise, Mr. Henry covered everything that I had to share.
Anyone else? I would just like to add quickly, we're undergoing our budget process. It's going to be quite a challenge this year. We have significantly increased our health costs and some collectively bargained contracts that have a significant impact on our tax levy. So we got to sharpen our pencils. We got to work it out.
And what I'll do probably at the next meeting is walk through the whole budget timeline with everybody. So everyone's on the same page with what are the key dates and where the opportunity for public input is as well.
Great, thank you.
So.
Moving on, Police Committee, Councilmember Casconi.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yep.
The police committee met this month and we discussed some ongoing crosswalk concerns from our townspeople, specifically Green Street and where Division and Wooten meet. We discussed a stop sign issue on Fanny Road. We did discuss an resident concern about JH student drop-off. It seems to have been resolved. We did also review a request for speed bumps on Washington Street, as well as discussing new signs that were supposed to be going up. We are waiting on the DPW to install the posts for those signs that we have. And we did discuss the recognition of the crossing guards, and an email will be sent to Mr. Valley after this meeting.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, Planning Board. Councilmember Mazie.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So the planning board, on January 14th, they appointed a new chair, Adam Brewer. So congratulations to him, with the vice chair being Rich Orlusky. Attorney Joseph Wenzel was also announced that day. We had the swearing in of the new and current members for the planning board. And there was an applicant that we heard on 211 Monroe Street for a variance for over impervious coverage. They had come to us asking for this variance. They put in their plans some of the stormwater recovery. They were going to have a stormwater recovery system put in there. So the planning board did agree to give them that particular variance. We also heard a variance for the Booton Oratory, which is at 103 Oak Street, and that was to take a single-family dwelling and make it a two-family dwelling. The planning board took a look at the size of the property. The property was about 1,700 square feet shy of a regulatory property for two-family. And also the use, I think, of this particular facility or this particular home, it wasn't quite clear what the church was going to use this for. So the planning board had denied that variance at 103 Oak Street. And that's all that I have to report on for that.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to Board of Education. Councilmember Casconi.
The Booton Board of Education had their reorganization meeting. We have two new BOE members that were sworn in, Elaine Doherty and Justin Nguyen. They also reaffirmed that Irene LaFabre was board president. There was a draft of the 2026-2027 school calendar, which will be finalized for the next meeting. The budget for 26-27 was reviewed. We have agreed to a 5-year fixed amount agreement between Booton and Lincoln Park, which everybody is very excited about. I can confirm that the BOE also discussed that the school cafeterias are now offering plant-based lunch options on request for all students, which is wonderful. And additionally, our school has a collection of prom dresses and suits that they do every year called Cinderella's Closet. So they are still in need for donations of dresses, suits, men's ties, and you can contact Courtney Mondino if anybody has any of that to give.
Thank you. Any comments or questions?
Do you know what the timing for the collection is that they're looking for?
Before February 1st.
Got it.
Thank you.
Moving on, Booton Homes Library. I currently sit on that board. We met on a couple of weeks ago, I guess, and they had the reorganization meeting. Sonia Chapman will be the board president again, as she was in the past. Deirdre Feeney will be the secretary. Eugene Filosa was sworn as a new member to replace a departing member, and Wendy Went will be the treasurer. They're very proud of the children's room over there. It was probably over $200,000 project. It turned out very nice. And after a number of discussions, they decided to host a grand opening for that on February 10th, before the next library board meeting. So all are welcome to come and attend. They will also be hosting some sort of Billy Joel tribute band, I believe, on February 15th. It's kind of interesting. They did send out a letter to, I believe at the last meeting, I mentioned about the library. They received a $19,000 donation that they're going to use to renovate a teen room. So they sent out a thank you letter on that. And they brought up a comment that I guess somebody placed some sort of online review for for the library. They must have been unhappy about something. And you know the tendency that if somebody's unhappy, they tell 10 people, and if you're happy, you're lucky if you tell one person. So they're kind of soliciting, if you're happy with the library, if you go online, I don't know if it's Google or Yelp or whatever platform it is, but they like to have some positive reviews because I think generally it's accepted the library's doing wonderful things, and there's only like one review out there, and it's a dissatisfied customer. So if anybody can leave a positive review for the library, please do so. Moving on. I'm sorry. Any questions for that? I'm off my game here. No comments or questions? Okay, thank you. Moving on. Parks and Rec, Councilmember Meehan.
Thank you, Mayor. The Parks and Rec Department met on January 6th. That was our reorg meeting, so we welcomed some new members to the committee. Started outlining the programs for the whole year. There's a tremendous amount of activity going to be taking place. I'm not going to go into it right now, but just a couple of things coming up real quick. We got country line dancing starts tomorrow, lessons. There's another line dancing party on February 25th. And tonight, our pickleball program started. So that's actually going on as we speak at John Hill. And just to recap, we had a great end of year holiday parties, whether it was the tree lighting, which was a big success, and the Rap and Yap. That was, I think they doubled the amount of people that came and everyone was really excited. So looking forward to continuing these programs as well as creating new ones. Check out the website and you'll see everything that's going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Councilmember Meehan? Yes.
Elks, Hooten Elks.
I would like to say that I enjoyed the Find a Duck that was done over in
that's
the
right.
town, the Find a Duck, and also the snowman building competition. That was very nice. It was wonderful to see all of those pictures.
We're trying. Thank you.
Moving on. Fire Department, Councilmember DiVincenzo.
Well, in the tradition of Councilmember Wakelski, there's really very little to report. I have been invited to the mutual aid breakfast next week, and I've been told that I will meet a lot of people and learn a lot. So I'm looking forward to that event, and hopefully things don't burn down between now and then. That's it.
All right, thank you. Any comments or questions?
I just got one quick one.
Sure.
Can you, at the next meeting, nothing urgent, can we just get an account of how many calls they actually addressed last year? I think they're almost averaging over one a day, so it's, I think the residents in town should know exactly how busy.
I
think
will,
the
and
chief
hardworking.
intends to do reports like that.
I will be
Oh.
getting I will be getting updates from
Perfect.
Chief Baker on those things.
And just to build on that, actually, a report of calls in Boot and also where we responded to outside of Boot and how many calls and where. I think would be really helpful.
Thank you.
Just one other thing in the offing is that our new pumper is almost here.
I believe it's now in state being outfitted.
It's in New Jersey being final outfitted, but it is not yet in Boot. So exciting news.
No more mores? Okay, we're done. Okay. All right. Moving on to consent agenda. Resolutions 26-55 through 26-64. Can I get a motion to open this up for council discussion?
So moved, Cascone?
Second, Megan.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any members of council have questions on the consent agenda?
Thank you, Sean Kelly, for
I make the same comment.
We're fortunate that, a lot of the volunteer departments, Mr. Kelly, thank you for joining us. We're fortunate that in this age where so many towns struggle for volunteers, we seem to be doing quite well, having people step up, so thank you. Seeing no other comments, I call for a motion to move consent agenda forward.
So moved, Balin.
Seconded, Cascone?
We have a roll call, please?
Mr. Balin,
Yes.
Ms. Cascone,
Yes.
Ms. DiVincenzo,
Yes.
Ms. Lopez.
Yes.
Ms. Maisy,
Yes.
Mr. Meehan,
Yes.
Mr. Weissman,
Yes.
Mr. Wakelski is absent, Mayor Lynch.
Yes. Moving on, we have a section of our agenda where town council members, administrator, town attorney can make any comments they like. So I'd like to open this up. Any members of the council wishing to raise any issue they care? Floor is yours.
I'll go first. So just something small. I was honored to attend the inauguration today of Governor Sherrill. And the request I'm making here, so go watch her speech if you want to. I think it's on YouTube or somewhere. But she signed a couple of executive orders during it, and I really want to hold her accountable to this in particular. So her first executive order was to use state authority to offset upcoming rate increases hold utilities accountable. So if your rates go up this year, I want to know about it. Please, please, please reach out to me because I really want to make sure that it doesn't happen. And the second was to create a state of emergency under the Disaster Control Act to expand and expedite state programs to develop new power and generation in New Jersey. So that was a little hard for me to hold her accountable to, I guess, right now. But really, please keep an eye on your rate bills when they come later this year, as they come later this year. And if it goes up, please reach out to me and let me know.
Thank you.
Nope.
And just one question, the utility rates, is that gas and electric, or is it just synonymous with electric? Electric?
It's certainly electric. I think it's just electric.
Okay.
But I'll find out about that.
Anyone else?
Yeah, so the town of Roxbury has been in the news lately, based on the proposed, the proposal to put a facility there. And, they took action at their last meeting, passing a resolution, opposing that, placement. And, what I'd like to do is I want to read a statement. And I would hope that, various members of the council, those of you who I've spoken with or that I send an email to, would be willing to also, agree that this is a statement that we could all put our names on. So the statement is, the undersigned members of the Boonton Town Council hereby express support and appreciation for our colleagues on the All-Republican Roxbury Town Council for unanimously passing Resolution 2026-029 on January 13th, 2026, opposing the potential placement of a detention and processing facility in Roxbury. As stated in the resolution, Roxbury hereby unequivocally opposes the conversion of industrial warehouses within the township for the creation of a processing facility, and further affirmed that it is a primary objective of the Township Council to ensure the public safety and welfare of its residents, business community, and visitors, and that Roxbury is not an appropriate municipality for such a facility. We commend the Roxbury Town Council for its unanimous action, and we affirm the vital role of local government in standing up for residents and protecting the safety, welfare, and character of our communities. So, if you, by show of hands, if you would be willing to put your name on this,
Can we do it outside of
if you want,
session?
if you're gonna put your name on it, I would say,
Member.
put your name on it publicly, or we can discuss.
I don't really want to get in a back and forth. You
Mhm.
said your piece. Since I've become mayor, I've really tried to focus on things within our borders, try to keep our focus on services, providing quality services, upgrading, maintaining our infrastructure and facilities, and containing costs. You probably noticed that we haven't done any proclamations or any resolutions. Some that clearly I would support, some I may not support. So it's my intention to abstain from this, not because I oppose this, just because in principle, I oppose any proclamations or resolutions.
Mr. Mayor, I would just like to point out that this is neither a proclamation nor a resolution. It is a statement.
You had your statement, I had.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So if somebody wants to make a motion or whatever, have at it.
Yeah, just as a point of order, and I don't know that we need a motion for this. I think this is just a request for council members to add their name to a statement that'll be reflected in the minutes. Is that correct?
That's correct. Simple as that. There's nothing proposed as far as a resolution.
Okay. And given for me, the impact that what's going on has on people in Boonton, I'll gladly add my name to the letter or to the statement.
Thank you.
So I imagine that we would prepare this and then whoever, I guess you could circulate it for signatures, whoever cares to sign it. Would that be acceptable?
That
Yes,
sounds like a
yes,
good process.
Yes.
thank you.
Okay.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Any other members care to bring up?
Yeah, I guess the only thing that I would request is that if there's a couple of council members, I think it's three that we need, three additional ones to look at ordinances. There may be no changes necessary, but what I would like to do is have a small group look at our ordinance book, just given some of the things we've seen happen in neighboring towns with enforcement actions that are happening. I'd like to request that we form a committee to review our current ordinances and just make sure that we have maximum protections for residents of Boonton. So if there's interest, I would love to do that. So I guess I need three.
4 people that would
I
like.
guess I need 4 people total and then we can meet. And there may be no changes
Okay, I think
necessary.
the process is generally get 4 people willing to do this and then we
Great.
fill a committee.
So I'm one. So if
So
there's
I'll be another.
2,
I'm
two,
good.
3, John,
4.
Louise.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And then who would like to be on the committee?
Oh, that's what I was.
I thought that's.
All right, well, the process has been, if we get enough, if everybody put their hands up, we'd have to choose.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ben, Louisa,
Yeah, myself.
okay, great.
Yeah.
We're good with that, being a committee?
Mhm.
All right, so be it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other members of the? Okay, then we would close that and then open the meeting up to the public. Any members of the public wishing to come forward to make a public comment? Just step forward. We have a little audio issue this year, issue today. I believe Danielle's going to come to our rescue. It's the youngest person. Introduce yourself and you have 3 minutes.
You just pushed the button on the top.
Just an offhand comment. My name is Michael Herbert. I live on Holmes Street, and I just wanted to thank Councilmember DiVenezia for her comments. I think there's a lot of awful things. I even think, Marie, you avoid saying the term ICE, right? We're talking about an immigration and customs enforcement facility as the issue that's being considered there in Roxbury. And Mr. Mayor, I think you are sorely mistaken if you think that this is an issue that does not impact your constituency. This is something that has affected me emotionally every day. And I can't imagine what it must be like to be a person of color who is maybe putting their passport in their back pocket when they leave the house, or making sure that they've got extra documentation on them. It's a really sad state of affairs, and I think it's important to speak out. So, Marie, thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
I have come here today to voice my
Excuse me,
concerns.
please introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Victoria. I live on Birch Street and I own a business on Main Street. And that's about all I'm going to reiterate because I do have
That's fine.
concerns about my safety, especially given what I'm about to say. I've come here to voice my concerns for the safety of BIPOC members of our community. It's no secret that immigration enforcement actions have ramped up here in the state of New Jersey. And if the events in Minneapolis are any indication, our time for debate on this topic has run out. Our diverse town is a true example of why the Garden State is a great place to live. And while we have made inroads on protecting the most vulnerable members of our New Jersey community with legislation just passed that reiterates that certain spaces are protected, the reality is that ICE is not operating with the precepts of law and order. If we truly, as a small town with a big heart, are committed to protecting every member of our community, we must stand not on the hope that suddenly the enforcement actions are going to morph to something that reflects our Constitution and our laws. As a parent, the events in Morristown, which left a 6-year-old child wandering the streets crying after her father was detained by ICE and denied the ability to simply make a call to arrange appropriate childcare, it sickens me. He was not resisting. Mr. Rodriguez, even in the face of armed agents, was trying to put the welfare of his child first. And I think we can all agree here, the welfare of our children takes precedent. This isn't about building safer communities. What they're doing is about power. And we are better than this. Boonton is better than this. I am lucky to live in a community where I can genuinely say our police department is dedicated to protecting every single person. I have never felt scared, and I have never had any person that I have spoken to in our community say that they felt otherwise. But the problem is that even if we take the stance of not cooperating with ICE, we have to consider the blatant disregard that ICE has displayed for our laws and Constitution, and that this passive form of resistance in other states has had the unintended consequence of allowing for these agents to run roughshod through communities sowing terror. It is untenable to have arrived at a place where unarmed citizens are faced with placing themselves in harm's way, attempting to document what in many cases would otherwise be classified as assault and kidnapping, when the solution is to better utilize our police forces to do what they have sworn to do, uphold the Constitution and our laws. And I do not ask this lightly. I do not relish asking that we should have our police department place themselves
Your time's
between.
up.
I'm going to continue to speak. ICE and our community.
Really?
But when we recognize that all of the people working in our towns and cities here, our police department has the tools, the training, and the resources to de-escalate and prevent the kinds of horrible situations that we're seeing happen all across America from happening here. I am asking that our town council, in conjunction with our police department and perhaps with our faith leaders, create a plan for de-escalation and what we would call a type of civil resistance. We are going to hold our ICE agents accountable. If they're going to come to take somebody, they need to have a signed judicial warrant, else they have to come back later. I am not asking for violence. I am not asking for illegal actions. I am asking for our town council, who is a bastion of upholding the laws and setting the laws and setting the overall tone of our town, to consider ways that is going to protect everybody here. And I appreciate you giving me the extra moments to speak that.
Thank you for your comments.
I have a public comment as a citizen as well. Okay.
Wants to have a comment.
Okay.
Hi, council member Luisa Lopez, 337 Reserve Street. My comment is short. I moved to this town for its diversity. First generation Latina, married to an immigrant. My family, we all carry our passports now. I do want to see Boonton stand up for its residents. We do have a large Hispanic community living in fear right now in Boonton. So I appreciate anything we can do to move something forward. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else? Seeing none, I'm up, tough. Just under wire.
You didn't look up yet.
Ah.
Good evening, Pamela Botka, 410 Lincoln Street. I'm here as a commissioner for the Housing Authority. I was elected and I love the position, and I think we're doing a wonderful job. We had a liaison. Marie Divenizio was our liaison, and I don't see that we have a liaison assigned for the Housing Authority meetings.
We do. Yes, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, because I didn't see under liaison reports.
Well, we do
category.
generally do one a month when we do
Okay.
meetings.
Okay.
And if I could just address this very quickly, since the housing authority meetings are late in the month, I usually like to do that report when
Okay,
when the
good.
information is fresher. I will be doing it at our first meeting in
It's
February.
the fourth Wednesday of the month we're meeting. All right, thank you so much.
Any other members of the public? While I'm looking up.
Yeah, that was on the agenda, the reorg meeting.
Seeing none, we close the,
Mayor, it's just a point of order. I
Oh.
think there was one submitted via email.
You came in late.
Oh, no,
and that the resident was notified.
understood. I withdraw the comment.
Yep. Okay. Then I would call for motion to adjourn.
So moved, Weissman?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all.